This interim party-clad trailer parked at 7th Street, Namwongo Electoral Commission Office to pick hard copies of the 21,681,491 strong voters register after the Commission finally released it following demands for the document by candidates. These heaps of paper have voters' details arranged alphabetically by surname at each of the 50,739 polling stations across Uganda. Emmanuel Maseko, the head of the political parties unit, has assured Ugandans that they have handed over a clean voters' register.
Political parties that are going to receive this national voters' register will take their time to verify and be sure that they have taken a full register of 50,739 polling stations.
We can confirm that we have sampled a few of the registers and we have cross-checked the numbers, the pages, how the names are written and how the photos appeared, and we shall continue doing more deeper verification.
Asked about the delayed issuance, Electoral Commission spokesperson Julius Muchongozi said the stipulated fortnight to the polling day period is still ongoing.
Has the Electoral Commission given out the National Voters Register to presidential candidates before polling day? The answer is yes. Has the Electoral Commission given the National Voters Register to presidential candidates within 14 days? The answer is yes.
Officials from the opposition No Party, who picked their copies a few hours after interim, have however decried the delay. Among other bottlenecks to transparency, they say have repeatedly been ignored by the Commission.
There is no transparency in how results are transmitted from the polling station up to the National Tally Center. And we've been raising this so many times. We even wrote a letter to the Electoral Commission last week requesting for a meeting of all presidential candidates' agents for them to answer this question. In the previous elections, what you see is the Electoral Commission standing there saying now Museveni has 80% from Amdat or from Kaperebyong. You ask them, how did this come to be? Where is the evidence backing what you, Mr. Wakam, are reading? But they cannot give you that evidence.
The Commission says the issuance will continue with other presidential candidates scheduled to receive their copies in due course. As NRM packed their copies of the voters' register, a group of supporters of disqualified Noobs John Bosco Lusagala, who was earlier cleared to stand for the Makindye Division Mayorship, stormed the Electoral Commission Namwongo office demanding their candidates' formal ruling from the Commission. Minutes later, security operatives sprang in action and had some supporters who were carrying protest placards arrested and bundled on a police patrol vehicle. Lusagala claims that without the ruling, he could not appeal.
We have only 2 days to file a complaint in High Court, and they are denying us a ruling. And in the end of the day, you go to the High Court and they will tell you, no, you don't have a ruling, so we can't handle. You can't file because you don't have a ruling. So my lawyers are stuck.
Minutes later, Lusagala walked out of the Electoral Commission offices armed with the ruling that he says will be filed in the High Court to challenge this decision.
It had 4 reasons why we were disqualified. One, that we did not submit a minimum of 20 registered voters from each electoral area. And this is not true. For us, we have more than 20 from each electoral area.
Juliet Nalwoga, NTV.